apart. A lot of people assumed he would be gone from the major circuit, Harry, but he's back, or at least trying to be, with only 12 rounds stopping him from actually getting into that new challenger stage. And well, one of these 12 rounds will at least be free, as ViCi's now just on USPs. They're going to go for this heavy B stack, the boost setup with 3 players. The only issue with this is the second you get a kill for it or get spotted, Winstrike is instantly going to hit that A site. Now, I like the way they're doing it. They're not immediately putting a player up. They're waiting upon info, and then Zoking is going to have Orman on his head. So not immediately. That means if Winstrike do check this position, they could get bypassed. Now it's up, but nothing found as a result. The issue is Winstrike on the other side of the map, up towards A long with that bomb. Kaze is spotting towards the long position, so he will at least have info ahead of time that Winstrike are closing the distance, unless they throw that close smoke. But Winstrike, they know they're up against Eco, so they are playing very, very careful here. You can see how methodical these guys are being. Bit of an awkward flash onto Boomich, but it won't come back to haunt him. And this B stack getting disassembled here for the ViCi guys as they rotate all 5 players onto one side of the map. Right now, it's looking like the right call, but let's see if they can spring this trap at the right time. Oh. See ya.
Yeah, all right. Kaze just going to get annihilated there through the smoke. Norbert mops up the remaining 2 over here at short. This round's over. 5 players staying alive for Winstrike. They keep it clean in spite of the stack that they walk into. And yeah, I mean, we've frequently seen these... even full vanilla pistol rounds get a little out of hand throughout a lot of the minors thus far. But we're not going to get to see that today, and now it will be this buy back in from ViCi. Going to have the AUG bought out for Freeman and Kaze, so important to note they won't have that AWP over on the CT side. No such problem for World Edit. He bolsters the offense by bringing his into this round. Already lots of aggression in through short. Already up through mid, and there's Advent. Boomich in with a quick double, and that is the A bomb site open for business. ViCi, they already might be thinking about saving in this round because they've lost A, and they're in this 3-on-4 retake.
Yeah, forget executes, forget smokes. When Boomich can walk in and get a triple kill, or a double rather, there's not much that ViCi can do. The firepower reigning supreme on Winstrike as the rotation comes back up from Freeman. Whoa, what a flick! I need to see that from his POV. It looked like he was looking towards the left side of the box. And then suddenly, the man on truck is dead. Great shot from World Edit. Fast played round onto that A site from Winstrike. And this is one of the worries that we highlighted earlier in the game. We don't know if ViCi's slower late round aggression on this CT side is going to be, up for the task against Winstrike's extremely fast executes. Nice shots from World Edit. And 6-6. ViCi now down on pistols once again here, Harry. And this is a chance for Winstrike to take the lead.
Yeah, considering this was 6-2 in favor of ViCi at one point in time, Winstrike have done a stellar job of grinding back into this game. This round, they're only up against these pistols. A few bits of armor sprinkled here and there between Zoking and Freeman. Smoke gonna go down over in the toilets. Kaze just waiting on the other side of it. It's slowly going to peel away from that position and instead set up a little further back. He has Zoking down in connector, and this is one of the players with armor. So if he is able to isolate one of these engagements, maybe get a rifle, that's something for ViCi to work around in this round. Norbert loves a flank into the B bomb site, legend says. This time around, deterred by Freeman's presence there early on, he's backed off. And now looking to try and challenge from connector. They're going to run into Zoking. They've spotted a man on his own. Winstrike pincering on in from every angle. They smell blood in the water, and they start circling, and now Kaze trying to step up. There's the first. Does have this AK to try and work with. Able to retrieve that flashbang as well from the body of Waylander. So gives himself a bit more stake in this round. There's Orman holding close, but Boomich, quick double as once more. He might just prove to be the savior for Winstrike. Advent, good for one more, and that leaves Freeman in this 1-on-2. Difficult, but not impossible.
He should know where Boomich is as well. He just made noise towards that truck. 9 seconds. Freeman can try and stop the bomb plant, but Boomich is covering the smoke, and the shot missed. He aimed for the bomb planter, but didn't see Boomich on the left side, and Winstrike are going to get away with that round. Now, it was only an eco for ViCi, so bringing it down to the 2-on-1 is certainly damage, but once we're reaching the end of the half here, Harry, with only a couple of rounds left, damage doesn't really mean anything. Winstrike have money for days. As you said, this has been a 5-round now comeback for Winstrike to make this round, or make this half a reality for them on the T side. Great adaptation, or adaptation rather. AWP back in for Kaze. He's got to try and beat World Edit here, but World Edit has been looking good in these past few rounds, and we might actually see that battle as well for the first time up on long. Kaze's even got Zoking playing aggressive with him, so different from that toilet setup that ViCi were running earlier that Waylander did predict. Winstrike going to try and take control, but they actually go back in towards short and party. This might be heard, but ooh, bit of a boost, bit of an information play for World Edit. Try and catch someone towards the toilets. Now Zoking hears all of this, so the question is, does he continue to go? Does he try and take control of this round and get aggressive? It would be a missed call right now as Boomich is holding for it, but a flash in through, tries to keep Kaze back, and this is where Zoking should step up, but he doesn't look after the flashbang.
Oh, Kaze does manage to find that equalizer, and yeah, the issue was there. That flash goes way deeper than what it usually does. So Zoking is actually facing it along with Kaze. Both players get fully flashed. Fortunate that Kaze was able to secure the 4-on-4 at the very least. You can see this bomb is wrapped back round toward the B-bomb site. And this is where we need Freeman and Advent to step up. Freeman is a man who has looked so good on this B-bomb site throughout the games of Cash Overpass we've seen him play thus far. Need that to stay true to form now more than ever through the smoke, doing lots of damage. Tries to find World Edit, but he's looking so fast today. Bomb goes down, 10 seconds remaining as they manage to plug in the numbers. Orman out from the heavens trying to take the fight, but World Edit once again, you can't touch him. And now Kaze left in the 1-on-2, bounding down, looking to try and secure a rifle to fight with. Doesn't have any utility for this post plant, so has to take the fight, has to try and find these players, won't be able to just stick that bomb. And it's Boomich, tucked away, hidden, to cement that 8th round for Winstrike. World Edit is showing up right now. He's desperate to get himself back in the major.
This is old school World Edit, Harry. It's been a while since we've seen this man find such a sick form, and what a team to do it with, right? Ex-major, top 8 players, Boomich and Vic. We've got, Waylander as well, his old teammate, and a new star to this Russian team of Norbit. It's such a cool roster for Winstrike, and wow, they're already leading. Last round of the half here as ViCi try and put money together, but this buy is going to be humbling. 2 UMPs and an MP9, and no AWP on Kaze. He has been the crucial killer for ViCi that really got them to this point, but right now getting shut down by World Edit. We've not seen anyone be able to really make Kaze feel uncomfortable in these games. ViCi have had a near flawless run here, with the exception of losing both those games to the Aussies. But this might just be their kryptonite, as the Russians, already a man down, do try and take control up on this A long position. The bomb rotating, however, down towards B. So Boomich, again, looking to sell this fake for Winstrike. If he finds a couple of kills behind it, which is certainly doable given his form, this could be great. But the flank from Zoking is so well timed. He didn't hear those players rotate through this spawn from this spot, but he will be able to flank them through. And Advent's going to be playing for information as well. So Katowice going right past, and that's all the info they need. The issue is Boomich is doubling back, and so Zoking, he's being flanked as well.
Oh, but Zoking, oh, they're able to get World Edit. It doesn't look terribly convincing as he struggles to get the shot off with the MP9. And now Advent over in short, very wary that there could be a man in connector. Brought down low, hidden, but still goes back, still picks up Waylander, and now it's Boomich on this late lurk. A 1v3 required. Top of the board right now for Winstrike is Boomich. Looking to try and take back his major spot, but with only 20 seconds, 3 kills separating him from picking this round up. It's all over. ViCi, they will secure a 7th. We go 8-7 at the end of the first half, split right down the middle. ViCi getting off to a phenomenal start, going 6-2 up. Winstrike grinding back, finishing this in the lead. Find out who takes this map and that major spot after the break. The age-old question of which minor region is better, Asia or CIS. The modern day, my dad is bigger than your dad. As we head on into this second half, Winstrike set up 8-7 over on this CT side. Orman and Advent, they're going to be picking up the utility for ViCi. Molotov picked up over on Advent, so ViCi looking to try and throw something surprising out in this round potentially.
Yeah, and already deep into the connector are these Ts. This is definitely looking like the late round B play. They've got one man holding for the aggression. That's Orman. He can set up a lot of utility from this position, specifically cover off Heaven from that barrels. Or it could just be selling a fake as ViCi go doubling back up the connector, try and regroup with Freeman, who's already taken control towards the fountain. And Winstrike not aggressive at all on this CT pistol. With the exception of World 8 jump spotting down on B, we've only got one player really committed to that A site early on. Actually, as we see, doubling back down, ViCi going to go hit this B site. We have a double setup here. Waylander going to get a lot of information after this spot, but the flash is good. It will force him back. He spots a maximum of 2 players there, and now the push to come through. His teammates side by side. Waylander trying to kill the long player, but it's Norbert to step up with a double, dropping the bomb down on short. Norbert will not stop here on the USB, and he is just tearing through them on the B site. 9 rounds to Winstrike. They take both pistols.
Yeah, obviously, difference being is in that first half, when they picked up the pistol round, they then lose that second, their anti-eco to the force buy of ViCi. They're not looking like that happen again. One worrying sign, if you are ViCi, is Norbert now really starting to find his footing in this second half, cementing that pistol round with a 4K. It looks convincing, it looks good, it looks Norbert. That's what we're used to seeing from him. ViCi, they don't make the decision to go for the buy. Instead, it is just this eco. 1 P250 on Zoking is all there is to write home about, and even then, he's been tagged down low early on. So a chance for Winstrike here to build up some money, look to try and keep this round clean. And here's Quick out from Connector. Quick double. Advent gonna somehow glock down Waylander, but that should be it in this round. There should be nothing else to come through.
Yeah, even with this push-up on B as well, Norbert is hunting for the final kill. Pretty much no chance Advent's going to be able to get away with his Glock. Not that he wants to. He's really just trying to drag out this round, potentially so ViCi can have a bit of a moment to talk about this upcoming rifle round that will be coming through. That being said, with Winstrike running a bonus round without a doubt here coming into the CT side, maybe upgrading to a couple of rifles, but this is a great chance to make money, get free AKs if you are Winstrike, especially when you're feeling confident sitting with a 10-7 lead. So AKs are out for ViCi. No upgrades for Winstrike. They just buy up a FAMAS on Waylander, and we're going to have to wait to see this AWP come through in the future for now. Just sticking with these guns. So if ViCi had anything up their sleeve, this is the time to do it. Break that money while you can on Winstrike before it starts to build up. Very fast into the connector is Kvik. He's got that Molotov coming through as well, just to deny the early push. And Nade slightly chipping away at Zoking. It'll be hard matched for Winstrike to do as much damage as the utility on the CT side that ViCi got away with. Now, if he boosts up here, this could be good, but makes some noise. It can be hard to hit with the smoke in your face, but Kvik's going to give up with that one. Double back towards B as the flash comes in on short, just to check for any T aggression. And ViCi, they have got a man behind enemy lines here. Freeman crept up towards the A site. Now, they might be aware of the possibility, but World Edit currently has his back turned. Flash in hand. He might have a chance to pick up his gun in time, and Freeman not going to be able to get that kill. Very, very close was World Edit to his own demise. And now Kvik's come up to rotate as well, but there's so many ViCi players on the other side of long.
3 players inside of the bomb site, though, and Boomich pushed up in the toilets. There is a 4-man stack for Winstrike here. Freeman and Zoking able to find 3 kills between them. The flashbangs pixel perfect, allowing them to blind those players inside of A. And there is Orman dealing with Boomich, the man who is just tucked away in the bathrooms, hidden, waiting for his chance to spring the trap. Whoop. Nice couple of hops from Norbert, but sadly that won't keep him alive. And ViCi, an 8th round of their name. Org picked up for Orman. Gonna throw that onto Freeman, and that's what I was hoping for. Freeman is someone who's continuously impressed us with his ability on the Org.
Very much so. And nice play there in that round to get so deep up long, allow for his team to rotate in and just hit that A site fast to the numbers, knowing that Winstrike were under-equipped, rather, running that bonus round. And And now with the money in a bit of a skew-if place, this is where you typically would buy as a CT side, but you can see Winstrike hesitating with their investments. Obviously, not everyone's sitting so pretty, and you definitely want to throw in that question of... Does Katowice just want to take one for the team, drop over that AWP? World Edit can at least buy him a rifle. Either way, I'm interested to see how Winstrike do approach this round. Actually not looking like the traditional full buy. As I say that, the AWP is here. But other than that, they're saving some money. I'd love to see this gun thrown over to World Edit, but it might be off the back of Spawn somewhat. Katowice getting down on that B bomb site with 4 players here for Winstrike. Early Molotov to deny aggression. They'll just run right through it. Winstrike do not give it down. Orman might not expect them this close, but he does get away with the first. There's the trade from Katowice. And now Winstrike in a 4-on-4. They can try and retrieve that weapon, and Norbert certainly will.
AK retrieved, and the AWP, as you say, still in play. Quick with it. ViCi in response, looking like they want to try and hit this A-bomb site, but Quick has rotated up and he's got the AWP in hand. They take that first peek, and a missed shot from Quick does allow a bit of a foothold to be taken by Advent and co. Over at long, Zoking's gone rotating back through T-spawn. The rest of the gang now looking to try and join up with him. ViCi, this might be the big old fakeroo. They've showed their hand at long and now they've backed away. Winstrike have rotated all 4 players up and into this A-bomb site. So ViCi are making the right call here. Winstrike just setting up for this retake setup at B, and I imagine if this bomb goes down, I'm not even too sure you see him go for it. You must be tempted, right? You still have money for the next round. A lot of it going to come down if Norbert's able to find anything here, as he is the first man on the scene. Does spot Freeman down a monster, but Zoking going to catch him, and now World Edit up into heaven. With this Deeg, there's one. Needs to see a little bit more for Winstrike to take something here. Pushing in, that's Boomich offering himself up, and now for Quick and World Edit. You imagine this is where this aggression into the B bomb site does taper off. And indeed it will. They're going to look to hold on to the AWP, relying a lot on Norbert and Boomich to do the most of the damage for them to be too tempted to go for that. And as those kills don't come through, as ViCi get more and more embedded into those post plants, the chances of winning that round go out the window.
That being said, still taking the AWP forward, right? You do a bit of damage in this round, you take a couple of players. Winstrike, by and large, it was an eco. They weren't fully investing, and they get a couple of kills out of it. It's not the end of the world. You can buy up here either way, try and shut down the T side as ViCi start to get into things, right? 2-0 start for Winstrike in this half, doubled down by ViCi, who have accomplished the same feat. They're yet to even pull up this AWP on Kaze. The money still there, but no need for it, I guess. They have been doing fine without, but we are early days into the second half. Now the buy is here for Winstrike. There's definitely gaps in their, holes in their armor, I guess. Not full utility by any means, only a couple of kits, but World Edit, great start. This is what we wanted to see on the CT side. Already picking up the point man, Freeman, going down and out here for ViCi immediately. Zokin going to try and abuse the B spawn, but it's going to be a close position from Waylander that does a lot of damage, pushes him down to 15 HP. Still got Orman up on shore. On ViCi, they really want to try and pressure this B site. They're desperately looking for a refrag. Unable to really get too much damage off. In the meantime, they haven't got any control towards A, so Advent going to go and do his best to try and secure that, and potentially even sell somewhat of a fake or a push towards Winstrike, keep them on their toes, because if you don't play aggressive enough towards both sides of the map, Winstrike are going to look for a gap, and they're going to exploit it, get aggressive. You could already see Boomich was pushing up on long until that flash went through for Advent, so while it hasn't completely denied his aggression, it's at least made him somewhat more hesitant. Now the execute down towards B for ViCi. Orman setting up a flashbang for these 2 long players. And Advent, he's a long way from home right now.
So gonna fall it short, and for ViCi, oh, there's a bit of a gap in it. That allows Norbert to get tagged down by Orman at this short portion of the map. Boomich even gonna get spotted over here in connector, but he's dropped the smoke. And with 30 seconds left, it only just plumes now. They either have to go through it, or they have to redirect back down into that B bomb site. Boomich!
What?
He's been found. Advent in with another. That's the A bomb site cracked wide open. And for ViCi, they might have just recovered this round. They might stand a chance of finding something. 10 seconds. Norbert does deny the bomb plant. He stopped it. And there's only 8 seconds left. They have to get this bomb down. Advent in with the double. The man at the helm of ViCi might have just saved them in this round. Quick in the 1-on-3. And will he be ready for Advent holding close? He most certainly won't. 10 to 10, all tied up. What a back and forth round, and what a save from Advent.
Yeah, what a huge play from the in-game leader of ViCi there. The whole time, these Ts were trying to pressure that B site, get an opening kill, but without being able to find one, the second that they notice Boomich is on the flanking connector, they just double back, go, okay, we have a free guaranteed kill here if we just group up. And with 15 seconds left, they get to that bomb site. Despite Norbert's best efforts, that plant comes through. And ViCi 10-10 here. Winstrike with no money to play with either, and that's a hard break of the economy. So this is how things could very much spiral out of control in the second half.
I know you just stumbled over your words there, but he is a bit like the in-game Lima with how he's been bounding around the map. Owen and Advent finding 2 quick kills between them. No, but World Edit and Boomich left standing, and not really too much hope for them to find much in this round. Boomich is hoping to do something cheeky with the taser down here in connector. ViCi just going to send 4 players over towards long, so World Edit will have his work cut out for him with the Deagle. Now, we've already seen a little bit of Deagle brilliance from World Edit, but we're not going to see any more because he's made the decision to rotate down to B. No, he hasn't. He's back. He's back again. He's playing with us.
Still even have Orman to come in on that late flank as well for ViCi to catch these B rotations, but might not even be needed. World Edit is blind. He's smoked off. These Ts are on the bomb site with the plant. Orman, there's that flank kill coming through. Boomich dead on the behind, and now Winstrike, just a formality, just a attempt to take away guns. But it currently isn't going too well. Norbert going to go through the smoke to his death, and World Edit, last man standing here for Winstrike. The inaccuracy is definitely not fun to play with, and ViCi going to get away with not even a point of damage on this T side, completely flawless across the board. But here's the buy we've been waiting for, Harry. The guns are back out here for Winstrike, AWP and World Edit most notably. And what a close game this has been, considering it's only a best of 1 as well.
Yeah, this is exactly what we want to see. ViCi building up this money over on the T side, going to leave them in a similar spot that we got to see Winstrike exploit, which is just that you can keep that CT side economy on the back foot. You can leave them strapped for cash in a lot of these rounds. Take this one, for example. Even though we've seen them take saves to go for this purchase, the utility is already very limited off the bat. You've already thrown out the majority of what you invested. I mean, we do still see 3 specs being held onto, but a bit in 20 seconds left. They're going to flash over, try and make up for this lack of utility by taking the aggression at short. Didn't spot anyone, but Orman was there. He was just hidden away.
ViCi is so ready to hit this B bomb site, though. You can see them already starting to line up smokes, and with no real information for Winstrike, they're going to have to rely on their individuals. However, that's certainly been consistent so far. Norbert, almost caught by the timing. He gets one with a double from Waylander, stepping up here as he did on that previous map to get Winstrike into the upper bracket matchup. He had nearing 30 kills on Overpass. So what a time for him to find a double. Winstrike want to equalize his score, and a lineup for Orman. Almost connects the spray through the smoke. 38 seconds here for ViCi. Desperation ensues as these 2 players have to continue their way into the bomb site. Winstrike not giving them a single pick as well, playing very passive towards the pit, knowing they can just deny the bomb plant if it does come through to fight up from that headshot angle. Kaze smoking off to cut off the position from Heaven, and World Edit is already in that. But if Kaze moves around this pillar, he's going to be moving into a very unfortunate fight. That bomb getting his way to the site, but here's the repeat that we talked about. Waylander not able to get the kill, and that's a bomb plant defense. Kvik going to be able to get away with that plant kill, and now Orman trying to hold on to the 1v3. Molotov keeps him back, and Winstrike can just jump on the bomb. This should be a guaranteed round.
Yeah, no hope for Orman here. Boomich just allowed to stick it. 3 players staying up, but tying the scoreline at 11-11. This is going to go the distance almost undoubtedly, it feels like. One thing I think it's important to realize that Kaze getting off to... I say getting off to a slow start, you know, we're 23 rounds deep in this game. I think, you know, saying getting off to a slow start is been and gone. Kaze not living up to a lot of the hype that he set over in the Asia Minor.
And this has been one of his issues in the past, right? He's had these great performances domestically, at least in the Asian region. But when we have seen him have a chance against some of the, you know, the teams from other regions or even the top teams, think back to Flash when he played in the major at Boston, he's a little bit, he struggles, Harry. He's somewhat underwhelming in those games in comparison to how he performs in these other matchups. So this seems to be one of them, and it can't afford to be with major qualification on the line for ViCi.
Yeah, I mean, let's not forget, we've been running this storyline for Winstrike. It's their chance to get back to the major, reclaim that slot. Well, likewise for Kaze, it's his shot to get back into the major circuit, right? We saw him obviously attend the Boston major with Flash Gaming. Now, he came dead last at that event, so he's looking to try and prove himself once again. Quick can open things up in this round with that frag onto Freeman, and there's no attempt at the trade. Zoking now trying to step up to the plate, and he will catch Quick, crossing back towards Long. In the meantime, Waylander removes this flank from play. ViCi 3 on 4. The one thing that they won't be ready for is Boomich over here at Long. When they caught Quick on the cross, I think they assumed that that's where he was going. He was going to try and take up position here. So they're not ready for Boomich. Advent falls at the hand of the point man over at Long. Waylander's up through connector. These flanks coming in from all sides, and Zoking, his head has to be on a swivel. Instead, it's going to get taken off. And this leaves Kaze, the man that we were just talking about, the man that we've said has looked quiet today, hasn't been living up to the hype that we've set in this 1-on-4, and Waylander's going to delete him. Winstrike 12-11. They take the lead, and they don't lose a single man in the retake.
And Winstrike have been going neck and neck this entire game, with the likes of Boomich showing up, Norbert and World Edit having their rounds. Now, in these past 3 rounds on the CT side, Waylander has had multi-kills almost every single time. So with him finding 3 in that round, this is starting to spell disaster for ViCi. Having multiple players now reaching a strong form here on the side of Winstrike is not going to bode well for the Chinese. Let's see if they can recover regardless, because the money is still there for a couple more. AWP here on Kaze, and already trying to establish their way up towards that A site. We've got that fast B play from Orban. He's continually been on this flank trying to probe and prod, catch these rotations, keep Winstrike guessing as to which site is being executed upon. And while he was picked off outside of that B site in the previous round, he's going to back for it a little more again. ViCi in the meantime just trying to take control towards the connector and establish their presence up on A short. This AWP in the meantime down towards B, so not to be a worry for Kaze, who's just getting into position, trying to catch out these close angles. That con push can come through now as well from ViCi, and they're going to be outside of the A site without too much contest from Winstrike. The only probing this CT side is doing is down on B, with Waylander getting somewhat aggressive. However, as I say that, there's AWP rotating back up to A, and this allows for a bit more of a push from Winstrike, who still have utility to play with. 45 seconds on this clock. And with World Edit here, and 3 players on A, ViCi, are they up for the task?
Oh, World Edit already dispatching of that first man. 30 seconds on the clock here, and what a big kill to come in from Advent. World Edit missed shot. Can't afford to miss many more of these, and he will miss it the second time around. That's Freeman and Orman, the double Muns, securing this A bomb site, and Orman going to continue pushing further, even going as far as to drop Norbert. It's Waylander thrust into this 1-on-4, and he's had some good performances today. Nice shot on a Freeman, but Kaze immediately in position to trade. This game continues to be a real roller coaster. It's been back and forth throughout.
Yeah, especially in the second half. I mean, resets coming in. Winstrike get 2 rounds before they're able to, well, before they rather lose 1 and aren't able to build up any money here on the CT side. That's going to be the main problem here as we start to reach, you know, the end of this game, Harry, or at least the end of regulation. Because it wouldn't surprise me if this game goes to OT. Winstrike, their 3rd tactical pause. ViCi have not used 1.
And this is a team, you know, with a lot in their strat book. You can tell with some of the things that we've seen them break out. Now is really the time that we want to see those shine through. And if you're sitting on a few ideas, you've got 4 tactical pauses banked up, you know, if you're Advent, you're sat there rubbing your hands together. You're feeling good about this.
This is a gamble buy now from Winstrike. It's an eco, but World Edit bought his own AWP. He's going to need to play very aggressive in this round. He needs to find opening kills, because otherwise Winstrike are going to completely fall apart, and this will be the needs to win them the round or be saved. Otherwise, who knows what could happen. Oh, indecision. We're going for the boost, and the jumping noise gives away the fact that they're setting up. Both players expected to go on the top, but instead Orman, he might catch a timing into B. He's pushed ahead of the curve. Zoking's gone through Monster, but Norbert has strafed round barrels and found his kill. Kaze swapping out to the AK within the last second, and he will get away with that frag. World Edit only finding one off the back of this AWP in the heaven, and Katowice can try and cut off this cross, but the bomb's already on the site.
Quick. Not going to find anything there. Advent, other side of the smoke, mops up the remaining 2. And I tell you what, when he stepped up in their game earlier on versus North, I was questioning, you know, would we see him continue that, right? Because he's not normally the man we've seen at the top of the board for ViCi. Routinely, it has been Freeman, Kaze, and Orman more often than not. This time around, it's Zoking and Advent, 2 of the older, more experienced players within this team, to be rising to the occasion, joining the likes of Freeman up at the top of the board.
And with Kaze struggling, what a time for that to happen.
Oh, most definitely. And that was always one of the questions with this team is, you know, what happens if you have one of those 2 usual carry players not show up to a game? You know, can the others make up for that? And they definitely are showing that they can right now. They're going to be stacking up outside of the B bomb site. Winstrike here with a buy that does look half cobbled together. Waylander, Norbert, and Quick on the other side of Monster. Smoke falls, and that will keep ViCi at bay for the time being. Bit of a gap in it. And Norbert, oh my word, he's just been headshot. Not entirely sure where from, but he's been brought down to just 17 points of health.
Was he sprayed through that wallbang back by the top barrels where Kaze is now? That's the only thing I can think, because he was sitting around the barrel area when he lost health. So either it's Orman spamming through some wood, or someone else has done that down on T-spawn. That's ridiculous. Didn't even know what hit him. Norbert's been getting pushed out of this round. And Winstrike, such a heavy setup down on B, but ViCi have done this before where they show presence on long and then just go through that immediate rotate down towards B. Remember that round where Winstrike rotated off and had no one here? Well, they've doubled it. They've done it now on the A site. With early pressure being put towards B, Winstrike kept honest, and with no utility left, it's going to be up to Boomich on this A site to hold off. He will be calling for rotates, and look at the minimap with 20 seconds left as Winstrike heavy rotate. 3 players up towards A. And these Ts, they need to speed up. 20 seconds. World Edit is here with the AWP, the one bastion of hope for Winstrike. 15 seconds, and Boomich will catch him with surprise from the sidelines. 2 kills. World Edit doubles up as well, and it's fallen apart for ViCi. They almost caught the timing into that A site, but the rotate from World Edit was too well timed. Orman will not be getting away, and Winstrike picking up 13.
Big issue for ViCi is there, as you mentioned. A, we've already seen them do this, but also they didn't leave anyone down towards B. Orman hung around for a little bit before rotating up and rejoining the rest of the gang. And what that meant was Waylander, he was actually flashed over, re-aggressed over towards short. And that meant that they just rotated everyone up into this A bomb site. We saw exactly how that panned out. They were able to hold on to some utility as well. That was used to give them the edge in those gunfights. You saw the crossfire set up between Boomich and World Edit, between that truck and the cubby at long, rather. And there we go, our first tactical timeout used for ViCi. Justifiably so, because that round, as far as they've gone thus far, has been a disaster for this team.
Starting to sweat maybe, Harry. 13-13 certainly makes you a little bit nervous.
Yeah.
Neither team feeling probably in control of this game right now, and that's fair enough, because this T half rather has come up very favorably for ViCi. That being said, the money is now gone for them, and Winstrike also on the edge of getting reset after winning just a singular round, so no one is comfortable here. Both teams will be down on pistols likely if they lose this, or more likely even potential force buy, but we'll see. ViCi setting up quick towards his B site. Boomich, look at the aggression. He's trying to take this round into his own hands, but Kaze's found the pick down on lower. That Molotov getting smoked off by Norbert to try and deny the push. Without that smoke, ViCi would have hit the B site without a doubt, and now we're going to need to see some aggression from Winstrike to try and trade this initial pick. Katowice being flashed up into short. That will be assumed by ViCi considering the utility went off, but this door being open towards the connector could have been bit of a worry. Luckily enough, Orman's rotating back up to A, trying to, again, pull in this lurk for ViCi that's been so good at selling fakes. Have a look at this stack right now. 4 players down on B for Winstrike. Everyone here fully gambled. And the thing is, they're going to start to question this because they haven't seen anyone. So Boomich rotates back up, but the bomb and 3 of the players are outside monsters. So this is definitely the late round B play from ViCi. If Winstrike hold on, if Winstrike just believe in themselves, this could be their round. But Orman, he can put all of that up in the air.
Yeah, Winstrike know that ViCi have been going for these rounds, but they don't show their hand anywhere, and then very suddenly they explode out into one of these bomb sites. Crucially, Orman has always been the man lurking. So as they find that, you can see Winstrike don't look terribly convinced. They don't believe that it's A. And Norbert finding that double from the barrels. The Molotov going to come in a little bit late. The bomb's dropped all the way back here in T-spawn, and this round's over. ViCi, they've just got to look to try and save. They can't do anything here, and that will be Winstrike picking up a 14th and crucially breaking the economy of ViCi. With these 2 players saving, you're in a situation where you either force buy into this next round, force buy up around the AWP and the AK and hope that you can find something, or you take the eco and then you have a very broken buy to try and play for overtime. They're the 2 options that ViCi have right now. Neither one of them looks great. Winstrike certainly in the driving seat heading into round number 28.
And that was it. That was the pivot round, the one that would decide really who's going to take control at the end of regulation. And it has been the Russians. ViCi backs up against the wall. They've got to show us something here. The wall bang from World Edit from Spawn not going to be connecting. Abe, WP, and AK is all that ViCi have to play with. Freeman already getting pushed down in the connector. Katowice, there's a big gap in that smoke. He needs to be very careful. 4 players on the other side. What on earth? He was not even aiming at Zoking there. That was a running shot. Unbelievable. And for that to come at round 28 at this scoreline, Winstrike, they are going to be laughing. Falling back towards the A site immediately after the early pick, not giving ViCi the ability to trade this kill. World Edit has continued to be strong on this A site with the exception of 1 round where he missed a couple of shots, but this cannot be one of them with ViCi setting up for the execute immediately. Only 2 utility players who cannot afford to get picked off early here if they want to have a smoke execute onto this site. Winstrike playing so passive here with the exception of the jump spot down on A. With this push coming through, Boomich has found success from this corner on long before.
There it is, yielding them even more. Boomich, they finally deal with it, but he's already got 2. That is far more than he needed. Missed shot from World Edit, but it shouldn't matter all too much because this push is grinded to a halt for ViCi. They've applied the brakes. Wayland are even going as far as to push up down at that B bomb site. Means there's 3 players inside of A. Effectively a 2-on-3 while they're here, and they're trying to creep in. Quick gonna do the damage, able to find one. Kaze now left in this 1-on-3. It's not happening. Quick in with a double. Him and Boomich able to cement that round. They're looking to try and get back to the major Winstrike, and now they stand at just 1 round away from a major spot once again.
And look at this shot from Quick. He's not even looking at him. He was on the right side. It landed left through the smoke. So what a way to kick off a round. And Boomich has had the most unbelievable map here for Winstrike. Really been the star of this team alongside Norbert to some extent in this event. Norbert sitting on 20 as well. So 15-13. Desperation for ViCi. SMGs and a couple of AKs. They've yet to get this AWP back in the hands of Kaze. Although he has been somewhat underwhelming in this crucial map for ViCi to get them to the major. Now they will of course have a second chance if they can't win this game, but that's not in their heads. Right now it's just these last 2 rounds to get it to regulation, to overtime rather. World Edit here with the AWP. He's going to flash Boomich aggressively up and long. Now this gets some information, but if anything misinformation, this could probe or force a rotate down towards B for Winstrike, when in reality, ViCi have 4 players up towards A with, again, Orman trying to sell this solo fake, but the rotate is there.
They're setting up down towards this B portion of the map right now, but the bomb does reside over in those bathrooms for Winstrike. Playing passively, no aggression this time around. Back in these bomb sites, having to play very reactively to what ViCi offer. spot the first man out along. ViCi there to find Freeman. Is going to get traded by Kaze out in the open, and now World Edit. Missed shot the first time around. Damage done. Zoking's going to find him. They get the A bomb site. Kaze going to punch in these numbers. Waylander on this rotation round once more with this B aggression, and Norbert able to shut down Advent. We're into the 3-on-3. It's all on the line for Winstrike. If they're able to retake this, if they are able to make it work, they will be heading through to the major. Zoking in with the trade and a double. Now he's on 3 in total, and Norbert, he's going to delete him. It's new boy Norbert versus Orman. The least experienced man on this team, and he's sticking the defuse. Orman doesn't see it, but he takes the peak wide, and ViCi a 14th. We're going the full 30 rounds. Overtime is still very much a potential here, Hugo.
More than a potential. The money just got broken again for Winstrike. Now, they have a couple of players that can bail them out in this potential final round, but what a play up from Orman, being able to save the day. That stick to pull that out at 15-13. Stick on the defuse. Norbert almost wins the round, almost gains that major spot for Winstrike, and a great shot behind it, but it is Orman to save the day, and he has been so crucial alongside Advent over on this ViCi roster in this map. Freeman has certainly been silent in these past few rounds. I don't know the last time he got a kill. It feels like a long time ago. Now with AKs in the hand of ViCi after winning that previous round, this has got to be the time potentially for Freeman to show us what he has been doing all event. The top rated player of the Asian minor. On the flip side for Winstrike, they've got the top rated player as well. Norbert rather. Unbelievable performance to get Winstrike into this position. He will continue it. Team knife onto Waylander. Not how you want to start off a round, but no time to focus on that now with overtime on the cards. Or a major spot at 16-14. It's fast up from ViCi. They take immediate control towards the connector and establish this default once again on this T side. I'd love to see a full smoke execute from these Ts, because in these past few rounds, they've just been going for dry pushes off the back of flashbangs.
Which, the honest thing about that is they keep on saving all this utility. They let that clock tick down to about the 30-second mark, and then they try and take all these dry peaks, these slow pushes into bomb sites, and they've been getting punished for it. So in this one now, they might find an advantage. Waylander gonna get spotted down here at short, almost the double, doing damage onto Zoking. Now he's able to return with a bit onto Norbert. Does actually bring him down low, and it's not a dance you'd want to go with anytime soon. Both players dodging those shots in through the plywood, not quite finding anything. It's Orman out from Monster here, creeping forward, and he's going to take the head off of Norbert, looking to try and take us through to overtime. Quick, the only man left inside of this B bomb site. He's hidden right now. They don't know his whereabouts. They don't know that he's here, and now the ruse is up. They know there's a man in the back line, a wolf in sheep's clothing, hidden inside of this bomb site, and Orman's going to delete him. Bomb looks to go down now. It's planted for short, and that is where Freeman resides, but World Edit, it's like gapping that smoke, and now a real chance for Winstrike in this retake. ViCi and World Edit left standing, and that clock ticking down. Still utility left. Over on the side of ViCi, smoke actually going to fall onto the bomb. ViCi creeping forward. Doesn't spot anyone yet, but that's Kaze gone. And now Freeman, top-rated player of the Asia Minor in a 1v2, but it's not happening. Winstrike on the bomb. They're going to hand it over to ViCi, and they will be back at the major, 16-14 over ViCi. They take this series, and Winstrike, they're coming back in Katowice.
And look at the relief on their faces. What a close best-of-1 map there for the two teams. Unfortunate for ViCi, they will be falling back into that lower bracket, but there's still a chance for them to rise up through the best-of-3s and find success. But now, Winstrike relentless.